Oh man, my eyes. My eyes, my face, my everything. Which way is the recorder? Bum-ba-dum, ba-ba-dum, bum-ba-dum. Hello out there, YouTube. Oh, my gaming sheep's still up. Remove the gaming sheep. Yeah, da, da. Good morning, Mabel. Just getting things together because I am not prepared this morning at all. There we go. There we go. Today I'm going to be working on my series Revolution in Full Color. This is actually one of the reasons why I wanted to start doing live streams so bad, was because I thought I could get in YouTube content and work on this at the same time. So that way I could, kill two birds with one stone. Because I knew if I would want to make Revolution Full Color, I'd have to draw speed paints less. But if I had to do speed paints, if I couldn't do speed paints, then I wouldn't have anything on my YouTube, and I didn't really want my YouTube to be dead. So I thought, I could live stream and also work on this at the same time. I already did Chapter 1 and Chapter 0, but the only problem is that I need to redraw them. So that's what we're going to be doing. I gotta fix grammar mistakes, which I won't be doing on stream. And I gotta fix the art to be consistent with the current designs for my characters, because I've updated them since. So that's mostly what we'll be doing today. If I finish for some reason on time, then I might go back and take a revenge on a goose. But I doubt that will be the case. Oh, let's get some music started up. We've got so many playlists, I don't know what's what anymore. I really need to take off the Christmas music. There we go. And there we go. There we go. I'm sorry, I just realized. Yes, I do have a Christmas playlist. And it's very extensive. This is just all the music from my YouTube audio library. And then also some of YouTubers' musics who allow me to put music in streams and videos. There we go. I should have did this before, but then that would imply that I prepared, and what's the fun in that? Okay, oh wait, there. There we go. I'm sure there's more. There we go. I'll lead you to the world. But now is when it came to my mind. There we go. That should be everything, or at least the bulk of it. Now, let's get some music, and then let's start drawing. Yay. It's been raining so much over where I am right now, and it's kind of like, it's starting to get a little annoying, because it's like, I just kind of want the sun to come out. So, yeah, so basically what I'm doing is just changing Misato's hood and her sleeves to be solid black, because that's what they are now. Got to set it as the reference layer. There we go. Good morning, Totally Boss. Morning, morning, morning. Today I'm working on Revolution Full Color, my original series. I am correcting the art on chapter 1, which already came out, but I'm recorrecting it so that way it's current designs, because the designs in this was not current. Luckily, I was a smart sheep this morning. Well, actually, no, I was a dumb sheep, because I always end up trying to get into, like, moving right away. Like, I almost never push snooze on my alarm. So I was really moving to get dressed fast and just do everything. And then I ended up rushing a little bit too much, so I ended up rushing through my Bible reading, which wasn't good. I'll have to reread it later. And then, also, I ended up, when I was going downstairs to the basement to put some, clothes down there, my stupid headphones got stuck on the stupid banister, and my dad's just like, "Do you need anything?" I'm like, "No, I don't need anything, except for apparently sanity." Won't be staying long, as a friend and I are working on something special. Life imminent future is looking great. Oh, hi Derek. Very nice, very nice. Obviously, I hold no sheep captive. You are all free to wander the pastures of life. That said, stay or I shoot you. There we go. Yeah, that's it. So, for Misato's design, pretty much I changed her hood to black, her sleeves to solid black, because it used to be like a transparent. And I got rid of the garter belts. Everything was just to make her design look less visually colored, and was also to make it easier to draw. And yeah, I think that's everything. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Bah. I'm leaning way too far on my chair. I'm gonna throw out my bike. So anyway, I hope everyone here is doing well. I know that I'm doing sort of well. I ended up spending way too much money yesterday. My Las Vegas is an art store. I haven't been... So, for those who do not know me, I also do traditional art, you know, pencil, paper, but my favorite is watercolor painting. I haven't done in years. Half of it is because of my own laziness, and I feel so bad for that. But another part was because last year especially, I was very busy with my grandmother's care. So, and I had no mental, physical, or spiritual energy to just draw. So I've been not doing it, like, at all. And then, when things started finally getting better, it was Christmas. And also, I wanted to get, like, my station where I work just kind of organized. And by station kind of organized, I moved it into here by my computer because I was in a different room and I was so grateful for being in that room. But at the same time, it's just like, I try not to be ungrateful. Gratitude is something I always try to have. But at the same time, it was like, it's all the way in there. And it's lonely. I don't like it. So I moved it into... I couldn't get the art desk to fit by my computer because the room's too small, so I brought like a little bookshelf kind of storage thing, and that ends up making it me store it all the way in there. So I mostly stored everything in there, so that was nice. But I knew to motivate me to get back into art finally, I'd have to get myself a little pep in my step. So I went to the art store and I ended up spending too much. So that's not good. And then also, on top of that, I also wasn't able to do what I wanted was the drawings. I wanted to get back into drawing this week, but sadly, just didn't happen. Anyway, chat. Before I go, have you heard the Narnia fans have read the book? I hear you're a Narnia fan. Have you read the books? I have not, sadly. I also hear the Grimm towards the end are worth the read. I have only read book 1, and I haven't completely finished it. I got to the cuts of it, and by read I meant I listened to an audiobook. And it was, yeah, it's really good. I love the movies, though. I wish the movies continued the series. I have a little bit of issues with the third one. I'm not sure. It's kind of up in the air on it. I've only seen the third one once, so I guess that in itself is kind of proof that it's not so as good as the first two, because I feel like if it was, I would have watched it again already. But I don't know. But the second two are some of my favorite movies of all time, to be honest. And yeah, I can't say I'm really happy with how they're doing the new one. Greta Gerwig. I don't think, I don't like Greta Gerwig, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like her as a director. But, even more than that, even if I did like her, I just don't think she's the right woman to cast. To hire as the director, because her strong suits are not that. She does, better at Lady Bird and Barbie. Well, she didn't do good in Barbie. I freaking hate Barbie. The reason why I'm talking quietly is because the only reason why I watched it is because my sister asked me to. If I did, because it's I have limits. I do like to hate watch a lot of stuff, but there are some limits. There are some things that I will not watch, and Disney live action remakes are one of them. Although I might make an exception for Snow White when it comes out, just because it's so tantalizingly bad. I just kind of want to see the car crash. That is Rachel Zegler. And then Barbie. There are a few other movies that I put my foot down on, but that was supposed to be one of them, and I was forced to watch it. The only thing I liked was Ken. Anyway, in some good news, I'm not dying, though. I need to do chemo until my doctor is satisfied. Oh, I'm so happy! I'm so happy! Thank God. Oh, sorry. Thank God for that. I'm very happy. Yay. I was there for the mass peeing. I felt like the ocean parted in that moment. I'm sanguine as usual, despite people may not try, but the way fake blood is surprisingly hard to get consistent. Must be some sort of consulate or well, sorry. What am I missing? Yeah, I wouldn't know about that. Prince Caspian is still my favorite movie, a bit more grittier than the first. The third is just wasn't something that stuck to me very much. I don't know. Maybe it was too kiddie. Come on. I don't know. It's hard to tell. My hate watching extends only to things that I think have some value, like Saw TV show or Devil May Cry anime, the new one, is not something I find worthwhile. No, it's not that. It's just my brain. It's still, like I said, I'm a morning person in body, not in mind. But my brain's still asleep. I'm not completely inept. Besides doing better health-wise, I'm also gonna start working on Monday, so that means big money is returning for some new disposable income. Very nice. Very nice. Very happy to hear that. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else. I was watching a video on, I know everyone's talked about To the Moon and Back, but I want to talk about it a little more. Everyone else was talking about, the Ziegler creature of Snow White. And I was watching this one video, and they were saying, oh, well, what she said wasn't that bad. It's no different than what normal dumb girls say. And, like, now, don't get me wrong. If you're thinking about what Rachel Zegler said, like, if you're losing sleep over it, then that's stupid. If you're, like, thinking about it night and day, blah, 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 that's stupid. If you take it to heart, that's stupid. And such like that. Like, that is not good. But at the same time, like, even if it really did bother you, it's like, whatever, she's a dumb Hollywood person, it's just to be expected. But at the same time, I feel like some people are just kind of letting her slide a little bit, because it's like, oh, it's just normal stuff, it's just an opinion I disagree with. It's like, yes, and she's not a normal girl. She's a high-paid actress in a very high-paid movie, and had this movie succeed, she would have gone very far and gotten great reward out of it, because she would have been the next best thing. Disney would have used her for the eternity, just like in the same ways Zendaya is being used, because she does have some talent. She can't act, but I think Zendaya can't act, but yet here we are. Her trashing the movie has just not shutting up has really done damage to the movie, and it's not just with her career, it's also the people involved. So I just kind of think it's funny. So it's like, it's not quite the same. Again, you don't need to quote-unquote make it your life and lose sleep or be bothered by it. But at the same time, it's just like, I mean, I agree with one person who comments, like, I'm not bothered by it, it's just funny. This entire thing is funny. Snow White's failure is funny. And yeah, she was in a serious position, and she should have taken it seriously. I remember when another commentator saying that, we keep treating her like she's a kid. It's like, she's not. She's an adult woman. And I'm very immature for my age, but I could never imagine doing quite what she did. But granted, I haven't had a microphone thrusted in my face. But at the same time, it's just like, maybe some gratitude. Whatever. Sorry, I just had to get it off my chest because I was thinking. We'll take care, little sheep. It's nice to find silver lining in being IRL. Take care. Ooh, good money, boss. A tad late, but I'm also doing good. The baby is growing swell, and my boyfriend and I are finally going to tie the knot. Whenever he finally shows me that ring is nice. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Wait, if I remember correctly from what Nora told me, because that's how I know all about you guys, is for Nora. Your boyfriend's name is George, and he likes lettuce. Is that right? I know that there's something to involve with lettuce. Or is it cabbage? No, that's Shawnee Smiley. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Was there anything else that I wanted to talk about? Oh, that is correct. Ba-ba-dum, ba-ba-dum. Oops, I forgot the black on our shorts. Let's see. I need to come with topics in hand. Let's see. I'm thinking outside of work. So for me, working on Revolution in full color is nice. That is one plan of mine. And then also I'm going to be trying to get back in traditional art. I'm gonna go into that grind set. So I actually own all the Hunger Games audibly, but I haven't listened to any of them yet. So I need to get onto that. I also want to do some more deeper studying into the Bible, because there's some certain topics that I want to do greater research on. Oh, no wonder. It's like, why am I not seeing any screen tone? It's because it's on black. And I need to figure out how to make more of an income than I am. Gratitude and all that stuff, but at the same time, I need a little bit more money to live. I wish I could attach notes to all these songs, because then what ends up happening is I end up using the same songs like in every stream, because I don't have time to go through all the because usually when I'm making a speed paint, I'm like holding everything off to the last minute, and then not holding off everything to the last minute, it's just that by the time I'm done with the drawing, it's just like, okay, I want to get it rushed, I don't want to dawdle. So I ended up just using the same old YouTube audio, and I never used any of the other ones that I have. And it's like, if I could attach notes to them, then I could be like, hey, this is really good, and it's going good for like upbeats. Because I try to match the songs with whatever it is I'm drawing. So it's like, this is really, really good for like upbeat, energetic. I do have them all separated, like at least attempting to separate them like by genre, so there's that. Last night, I sent my brother a picture because some reverse 99 fan art came into mine and was like, oh, that's really pretty. So I asked my brother who this is, and then he started going on a tirade of the different characters in it. And I'm like, oh great, I'm being waterboarded. What was also funny is the fact that it seems my Twitter feed's finally gotten fixed. And by fixed, I'm actually seeing things that I want, like art. And yeah, I'm seeing like art because that's what I want to see most. I know at the same time Twitter's not like an art channel, so it's not like, you know, it's not there, it's not there. But at the same time, it's like, I know it's there, so I want my feed to be filled with things I like. And then also on top of that, it's just like, I finally think my feed's getting a little bit more fixed. Okay, I think I'm gonna actually replace the picture of Snow White in the background. Film filter, shade, frame. Why is taps playing? I should have taken that out. Whatever. Well, so I have YouTube saved on my save bar right there. You can see, and every time I click it, my video, well, my live stream's right there now, but the video that I have recommended to new creators is what's always plays. And the bad part about it is that, so sometimes it will play the first couple of seconds on it, and it's annoying because oof. Nuts. Newts and nuts. I saved that all as one layer. It's not supposed to be that. Duh. I can't do anything right. I don't think this will work then. I was gonna put this in here to shake things up. It definitely looks nice. But at the same time, if it's colored, I don't think it will. Whoop! Yeah. I would have been able to fix this if it was separate, but no. So we'll just have to stick with this one. Nuts. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. My point being is that for one of my intros in my videos, it had taps on there for a minute because it was supposed to be the symbol of the death of the old Merisu, and it started annoying me. And by the time I was done with it, I was like, So now I'm very careful. Now I just think I just have a live stream there instead, because I don't want to be annoyed. Anyway, I think I finished off with her. Oh wait, no, yeah. Now the fun part, him. Let's see. The missus and I are also resuming a comic book project, though it's going to be slower since I want to tap back into that scene again, since it's been decades since I wrote or drew one. Oh, that's so cool! Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm good at this. Like, every single time I'm drawing something, I'm like, I just forget. how to do it. And it's annoying. So I wouldn't have to change her partner, XR, except for the fact that I did update his outfits, because I felt like this is something more he would wear. And also, whatever reason, which I'm not disclosing. And then I'm like, okay, so I have to change it on here, too. And I'm like, so I changed it once, but now I'm just like, I could have technically have just made it be that he wears this outfit, like, once, and then, because, you know, people wear more than one clothing. So it's just kind of like, I could have just changed it once and left it alone. But now it's too late. And also, I did it once, so now it's like, I gotta commit. So it's just like, I gotta go back and change everything. I'm hoping, and this is a big Lord willing, I pray that I will be able to get this out by today. I'm not sure if I will, but I'm really, really hoping. That I do, because so that way I can start the new week with going back into my real art. Well, not real art, but it's the art that matters to my mother. Going back to my traditional art and going back to finally starting chapter 1. Like, that's one reason why I didn't also start my art today in chapter 2. Not chapter 1, this is chapter 1. Chapter 2. That's another reason why I didn't start chapter 2 is because, my traditional art is because I had to finish off that big, project where I talked about all my stories. It was very stupid, but it was my own little personal project. I thought I got rid of all the Christmas music. There we go. Okay. So, it's just like, that was another reason why, because it's like, I can start the week fresh. And luckily, hopefully, next week will be sunny. So, there'll be that. So, anyway, I used to roll up with several different comic book creating communities, mostly as a writer, but occasionally as an artist for one. Most of these communities aren't around anymore, but I keep in contact with my old buddies that are there. Oh, they're very fun. Yeah. I thought, so when I first was doing Revolution Full Color, I did seriously consider, it's like, should I do, like, webcomic or something like that? But the more I started looking into it, I'm like, nah, I don't really want to be on webcomic. One, because it's like, I'm not sure if it means that I'll have to, like, you know, appeal to a deadline or anything. Two, I just don't like the site. I don't like how it's formatted at all. Plus, I just see a lot of things, comics on there advertised, and it's like, and it's just like, I don't think this is good for, like, obviously I'm not talking, I don't think little kids are on there, but definitely, like, teenagers are on there, and it's just like, I don't think this is the best. Anyway, so what kind of genres do you make, Wads? Horror, sci-fi, erotica, Twilight? I'm headcanon Twilight. This music has DSI JRPG vibes. Yes, it does, and that's why I like this song so much. Kind of reminds me a little bit about Persona 5. Oh, I so wish I could play some Kingdom Hearts music. Everyone else does. I'm just like, I'm too afraid to do it. Because I really just don't want to deal with the hassle of, like, copyrights and stuff. Like, I know Nora, he uses, like, copyright music in his videos and stuff, but it's just like, I just do not care. Because in the end, I do find there is some nice music in YouTube's audio library. I'm not gonna lie. I think there is. It's mostly drama and action with occasional action horror fusion and a few romance stories here and there. Oh, cool. Very nice. I think I mostly do stories that appeal to girls. Like, I'm hoping. If they do appeal to more than just girls, cool. But, I think that most of mine's gonna be the stuff that kind of appeals. Let's face it, the stuff that I make, it probably appeals to me. I do think, like, Blue Song, which is, like, very much more of a shoujo romance, I think that definitely would appeal to, like, I feel that definitely would appeal to, I gotta get rid of the background, I can't see. I feel like that definitely would appeal to girls, but I definitely feel like that would appeal to every people besides me. And, with, Tales of Hollis, I think that if I do it good, I think that could appeal to a lot, and I think that one would be a both. Was Revolution Full Color? There's just no way of telling. Like I said, Revolution Full Color is probably not the one that I should be starting with, but it's the one I chose. Because it's like, it's not gonna be easy. It's like, there's a lot of there are action scenes in it, and such. Although I am trying to tone down some of the action, because it is like, I wouldn't say, it definitely has action moments in it, but it's like, my first goal is not action. My first goal is that this is kind of like a slice of life within an action, if that makes sense. This is the daily life of Misato and her partners just trying to survive, and they just happen to get involved with a revolution, as you do so. Romance was my least favorite to write, since I had an addiction to tragedy or more realistic drama in the character, so it wasn't always peaches and cream, even if it was supposed to. I feel ya, boss. Every time I'm writing characters, every time I write a story, I end up focusing, with the exception of Tales of Hollis, I end up focusing more on the epilogue. Well, Tales of Hollis and my superhero story, but, besides those two, I end up focusing more on the epilogue than I do the beginning, and when I'm writing the epilogue, it's just so tragic. It's like, how can I mess your guys' lives up even more? I know you guys just survived hell, but I want to wreck your day. I like writing things that are cheesy dramas. That's the biggest part, that's the hardest part for me, is how do I not make this crap? The biggest part that really bites me in the butt is the old saying, a story and its story and its characters are only as smart as the writer. And I'm just like, I'm doomed. I'm a sheep. I barely could put together my own shelf. I had like two things going against me. Womanhood and sheep wasn't a pretty combo. And, so it's just like, and every time I'm drawing stuff, I just forget, okay, when I'm, I have no idea how this stuff would look like. So, I'm I look up references, but it's like, what do I even type? And sometimes I get nervous. It's like, when I'm typing in certain things in Google, when I'm trying to look up references, it's like, it's like, how long where do you stab a body to kill it? I am not looking up because I'm a serial killer. Looking up for research and books. It's like, not a serial killer. Not a serial killer. But yet, here I am. Being very serial killerish. Start from scratch.
Probably looks worse, but like I said, I've already redrawn him once in the previous panel, so now it's just like, I gotta commit. I gotta commit.
Luckily, he doesn't appear that much. And luckily, so I probably wouldn't be making a series if I didn't have clipstudiopaint, because it would be, I admit, it would be so much more harder if I didn't. Because it's like you gotta do the screen toning and such pretty much by hand. You've gotta do, the paneling, stuff like that, and clipstudiopaint is much more easier. So, yeah. I did it on the wrong layer. I remember co-writing with a woman who wanted to be an American-esque take on Sojo, but it was really hard writing something so too fraudy. I had to basically beg her in an email just to let me make it slightly darker story. So this might be a little bit of a spoiler, but I think the only two people in the chat are you two, so I'm gonna say it. So Blue's song, which is my romance, so it does start off very quote-unquote too fakingly sweet at the beginning, but there is moments towards the end where I do go pretty dark because I can't resist. It doesn't go like perfect blue levels of dark, but there's some things that are definitely like it's a little close. I just realized I gotta make the hat a little bit lighter so that way it shows up. Sounds like World War II marching music. Oh, that explains it. That explains everything. Let's see. The one thing I would say though is that I do have to go back in Blue's song and I have to change some of it because I realized I might have went a little too dark. Cause it's like the audience that I have probably won't like it. Cause it's a little too out there. Cause it's like, there's a little bit of a hinting towards certain topics that are they get to people. Let's just put it that way. And that is all she wrote for now. There we go. All that detail, and you don't even barely see him. So, what about you, Maple? And up to anything else besides baby and marriage, which is very nice, very cool. But anything going on with you? I always forget that. There we go.
One down, free to go. This will be a little bit easier to deal with because there's no side mark. That is one thing I like about doing this in manga format. In addition to the fact that I'm just kind of broken in the head and I don't know how to read a comic book, I know how to read a manga because most of the things I've read are manga. Another benefit to this is the fact that you can make it in black and white, and there are a lot of times where soujos that I make just kind of skimp out. I'm working decently at a post of stupid heart at the post office, and I might write a book, but that's really far back in my mind at the moment. Yep, you got makes sense. Got everything to worry about. The context and behind this scene, in case you are curious, because I do know that it's a little weird with a little chibi Santa right there, is basically, and I might fix the dialogue to be a little less cringe, because again, I need to make sure it's like, don't be cringe. Basically, my main character, Misato Yushoku, is asking her partner, XR, on what stops things like fairy tales existing in the real world. And he gives her the reasoning of what stops them from existing in the real world. He answers in his own autistic way. And that is, what stops her from existing in the real world is the fact that it doesn't exist. Which is based off of an answer that I gave to my brother. So he said, my other brother, not Nora, so you guys can't bully Nora with this detail. But basically, my brother was asked, he was watching something about Christmas, and he was saying Santa couldn't exist because he's not scientifically possible. And I said the reason why Santa doesn't exist is because he doesn't exist. It's as simple as that. If he did exist, then you wouldn't need to explain it because there's magic. It's magic. There's no explanation for that. But we know he doesn't exist because he doesn't exist. I'm sorry if there was any Santa believers in here. But yeah. So that is the context of the scene. Might be a little cringe, I know, but I'm still working my way. I don't know why. So with Tales of Hollis and Blue Song, it is really, really easy for me to make the characters. For the Revolution of Full Color, it's a little harder for me to write the characters. I think one reason why is because Revolution of Color, the plot is a little bit more in a darker environment, and the fact that, you know, they're under, I mean, maybe you don't know. I'm just assuming. But if you don't know, they're under, like, you know, a totalitarian regime, authoritarian government and all that stuff. So it's not a happy place. So it's kind of like, I gotta figure out, like, what's joke appropriate and stuff. Make sure I do not do anything remotely close to what Marvel thinks of this humor. I've been working. Oh, error. That I always hated Christmas, so him not being real is no skin off my back. I mean, I don't believe in Santa. I don't even believe it's not even Christ's birthday. Because if you actually go onto the calendar and stuff, it's like not around that time. But that said, I mean, I like it, but I can understand why others don't. And I wouldn't push anyone to like it. Oh, hi Rusty. Hey girl, making breakfast right now. Oh, that sounds nice. I want breakfast. I don't usually make breakfast, so most of the time I go without breakfast. I even go without lunch. But I'm still fat. I need to lose more weight. Butterball. And, there we go. Most of the time I do not have breakfast. But if I was to have breakfast right now, I'm in the mood for eggs. I made myself egg drop soup for the first time. That was actually pretty good. I actually like that. It's always hard drawing Misato's partner because he is fairly underweight. For the size and age that he is, and the fact that he's a guy, he's underweight. But he also wears clothes that don't really show that. So I'm trying to show it. Just get Ozempic and lose the fat quick. No thank you. I don't need to become Ariana Grande. It's just in one place too. It's annoying. Because the rest of me is pretty much fine. It's just in one place. I mean, it's not fine. I will never be fine. I think I might... Why'd you have to come in here with your breakfast talk? I'm now hungry. You've ruined me. So, fun fact about that certain weight loss supplement that seems to be going through Hollywood like no tomorrow. I thought people were just calling it Ozempic as a joke because the first time I ever heard of it was, like, I thought that was its name, sort of, but I thought the reason why they were emphasizing the Oz so much, like maybe it was an OS, was because the first time I heard about was with Ariana Grande, and of course she plays it, Glinda, and, you know, Glinda's from Wizard of Oz. And so, I thought people were just making a joke that, oh, it's called that because, you know, Glinda is taking it and she's from, you know. So that's what I thought. There we go. I knew there was a gap, which, yeah, that isn't a gap. It's not, there's no bottom. There we go.
There we go.
Does it give you fat flap like Adam Sandler said movie? Click.
Not. I wouldn't know. I don't know how to answer that.
There be a gap somewhere. Oh, I guess not. So when you make art, so if there are any artists here, I think you said you were boss if you're still here. What system do you use? Do you use clipstudiopaint, MS Paint, painttoolsai, Photoshop? You never seen Click? No, I haven't.
Why are you drawing his long hair? It's not you, it's Misato's partner.
I don't think I've seen any Adam Sandler movie, actually, to be honest. Okay, I've seen...
Okay, think. I know I've seen maybe one. I know I've seen one, but I can't think of it.
I mean, I've obviously seen reviews of more than just one, but, I can't think of anyone that I've seen. I used to do everything traditionally and screen the pages into my computer. Wow, cool. I tried to do that. That was when I first tried to make a series. Back when Tales of Halls was Monoguitar No Halls. But didn't work out. No Little Nicky, no Happy Gilmore, no 8 Crazy Nights, nope. I know there was one. If Nora was here, he'd be able to answer it. Okay, it's killing me. I gotta look it up.
He's literally me, for real. Yeah, except for the fact that you said that you have a pot belly. He's underweight. He's Finn. Okay.
Why is everybody from the 2000s so old now? Let's see. Nope. Okay, I think I might have seen part of Click, actually. But, I don't think I've seen the whole thing. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't him. I was gonna say, I've seen Night of the Muse... Oh, yeah! Hotel Transylvania, there we go. I knew I've seen something with him. That's what I've seen with him. It's not his live-action work. I actually... Okay, so I saw the first Hotel Transylvania, and I actually didn't think it was bad when I first saw it, but I did not like the second two. going back to Hotel Transylvania now as an adult, I don't think it's a bad kids film, but it doesn't have really much appeal for adults. But it was a little bit more unique when it first came out, but now it's just like, every kids movie's that way. Which, speaking of kids movie, I'm hearing the Minecraft movie is not good, which I knew that. Like, I knew that. Nothing about that movie appealed to me. Like, I do think the movie's gonna be successful, but I, do not think that it's, I don't think it's a good movie. Oh, sorry if that detail, I just realized once, I probably should have not said that detail about, weight. I wasn't sure if that was private or not. I blurted it out. Sorry if it was. I'm thinking if I should talk a little bit about my series, Revolution Full Color. I don't want to give away any spoilers, though. If you guys want to see it, you're going to have to read it. And all its stupidity. But I will say that, I really need to get better at making comic panels, because it's just like, I feel like I don't know how to plan my panels that good. Mainly because I'm not that good at... I'm not that good at pre-planning. IDC. Okay, I'm gonna take it as you mean, I don't care. Oof! Stretch. Nowadays, I do everything digitally, or I have time and chance traditionally, and I just color it in digitally now. That's cool. Mad respect to people who still do things traditionally. I can't do everything traditionally now. It's for the simple fact that it just costs too much. Because art supplies is so darn expensive. When I went to my art store, I can't say the name of it because I forget if it's... So actually, it used to be a local art store, but then it got closed down and bought out by another one. And it's definitely not local, but I'm not sure if it's like... I don't know if it's like semi-local. Like, I don't know. But anyway, point being is that, I noticed this sneaky trick that they were doing is that they were selling all the art stuff and they were saying certain of it had red tags, so it's like major sale, 60% off. But then when you look closer, you're like, it's not 60% off. It's more like 13% off. I don't know math, so I could be wrong in that number. But it wasn't. So, like, if something costs $59, with this sale, it cost about $50. So, it's like, okay, well, that's money off, but that's not, like, 50% off. And then you look at the tag closer of the sale, and you're like, oh, okay, so it's money off, but only if you, only up the list price. So there's your everyday price, and then there's the list price. And the list price is like ridiculously expensive. And it's like, well, how do I know that's the accurate list price? You could have put any number there and then just say, oh, well, you're making me to buy it because it's 50% off. But at the same time, it's like, well, it's not 50% off, because if you didn't have no sale, then I'd be having to pay the price that's on the tag right there. before you do panels, write a scene script. I do have a script. Like, let me, Revolution Full Color. I'm gonna open up chapter 1. See? I do have scripts, and this one doesn't have anything detailing it because I got rid of all that stuff because I just wanted to copy and paste my dialogue. But if you go on to like this chapter, you can see right here I do have the descriptors of what's supposed to be happening in the scene. So I do have a script. I'm not like writing this off by the tip of my no, there's no way I could say that. My brother says I keep, something happened to me, folks. Something happened to me last year, and now I keep mixing metaphors. My brother keeps on saying that it's painfully bad. And it's like, yeah, I don't know what happens. What's really weird is that, like I said, it didn't used to be this bad. I don't think it used to be in this at all. And I'm just like, there's sometimes it's like, nah, there's no way I can save a metaphor. Luckily, I was smart this time, and I tested to see if my tablet worked before, because sometimes my tablet's destabilization gets disconnected. And then I have to, like, reset it. Luckily, I don't have to completely turn on my computer, I just gotta, like... Oh, I guess, wait. Yeah, it's just the music. There's kind of this weird background noise. And, it's kind of giving the effect like my dogs are hitting something with their tail. Who in this chat has pets? So my entire life, I've had a parakeet, I've had 2 cats. I had 2 Dalmatians, not at the same time, both separately. And I've had a Labrador, and now I've got currently 2 Labradors. Nowadays, oh wait, I read that. Before we, okay, read that. I'm stuck with traditional at the moment, and a bit of struggling in the coloring and stuff, and I'm still learning. I have a dog. If you do want to get into digital art, there are free software. So clipstudiopaint, you can pay a perpetual license, which is just once, which is what I always do, or you can pay like a subscription fee or something like that. And the benefit of that is you get live updates and such. But I'm just like, nah, I'll do the perpetual license. I would like to buy and own something just once. But anyway, point being is that I think that costs like about $50. I think it might have gone up a little bit, but it goes on sale a lot. There are also free ones too. I know Krita and Medibang are both free, and I've heard those are pretty good. And they have an interactive community. Painttoolsai is nice too, but you only have to pay once for it. Oh, I was like, what the heck? It's because I don't have the reference layer set.
There we go. I said that if I finished early, I would do the goose game, get revenge, but I'm not even sure if I'll have time for that. Everything about Misato's partner, outside of his hair color, because I just really didn't want to do... I originally wanted to do brown hair, but I ended up looking a little too much like Shinjiro from Persona. A mix between Shinjiro and from Persona, not Persona 5, but Persona 3, and Bruce Banner from Avengers, which makes sense. They were the inspiration for him. But it's like, you look a little too much like them, so I gave him black hair. And also, it's like, I wanted his entire aesthetic to be boring, normal, and gray. Basically lacking color compared to Misato's color explosion. Man, corned beef hash, shredded browns, and eggs go hard. Is that what you're eating? Get out of here. Get out of this stream now, you food terrorist. Oh, I'd love to go for some corned beef. I can't have it, though. I mean, I have it sometimes, but I shouldn't. But yes, color symbolism is a strong one in my series. Which is kind of weird considering the fact that I chose to do a manga format where you don't have any colors in the pages. But that is one reason why I kept her let me open a different page. This one? I kept her blood colorful. I have this one manga. It's by Manga Classics, which is an American company that turns classical literature into manga. They're really fun. Wait, why? Shoot! Wrong layer. What it does is it makes everything, and so in their adaptation of Scarlet Letter, they make everything black and white, except for the A. They make that red. I think that's based off a movie. I think a movie did that. Like I said, I like a lot of old movies. But I would never consider myself a cinemaphile because it's just like there's some things I'm just not good at knowing. And I haven't seen every movie. My favorite old movies, off the top of my head, are And This Is Our Life, Penny Serenade, Room for One More, so The Invisible Man, all of them are really good.
because a lot of them were made, but I really especially like The Invisible Man and The Invisible Man Returns and The Invisible Man's Revenge. Those are really good.
Okay, there we go. Woo! Okay, just one more, and then I'm done with the stupid page.
I think like I said, I think I have to do the grammar.
But I'm gonna save that for last.
The reason why I even have to do the grammar is because this page, for this, I was such in a rush to do it before, oh shit, I forgot to watch The Invisible Man Returns. I'm gonna binge watch the Fallout, and just binge watch the Fallout Amazon show. That BTW is why I made myself, that by the way is why I made myself and the folks a big breakfast, because I've been up for hours.
Yum. Sounds like a very nice breakfast. Okay, that's Sumi. Don't gotta do anything to do with her, but him. I just misgendered Misato's cat. Okay. I shall be back in 1 second. Just realized there's something I need to do. I'm back and I have a piece of cheese in my mouth. You're making me too hungry. Too late. I returned before you could bully me. Yeah, but you were making me too hungry, Rusty, so I had to go get a piece of cheese. I want more cheese now. Let's see. We're almost done. 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 Almost done.
After this, I just gotta edit and put together. So the first time I did chapter 0, I didn't have time to do any fancy editing because I wanted to get Christmas presents done at the same time. So, I ended up, just kind of rushing to get it out there. So I ended up, my mind's going blank. Yeah, I ended up just doing, like, I didn't do any, like, zooms into the panels, because that's what I did with chapter 1. So I ended up doing crappy voice acting narration with it. Luckily for me, chapter 0 is, opens up with the antagonist of the series, and she talks very dry and sterile, and there's not much emotion to her. Like, if I had to describe her voice, she sounds like a chat GPT, or like Google's voice. Very clean, sterile, dry. She's always using correct grammar and concise words. Most of the time. So, she doesn't like, sometimes when she's talking, she sounds so clean and concise and grammarly correct that, she doesn't sound human. She's like one of those voices that, so if anyone's ever seen Avatar here, she kind of sounds like Judy, where she's really nice and polite, but there's always kind of an edge to, there's always something about her that makes you a little nervous. And, well, if you're someone who's just, like, in the moment, you don't think anything about her, you won't be able to tell. You're just being, oh, she's very clean and clinical, but still nice. But if you're a perceptive person, you're like, man, there's something not wrong. There's something not right with this woman. Cheese. She's not a sheep. She's a rat. The character is a robot. This character is a robot? No, she's not a robot. She's worse. She's a scientist. Actually, if anybody's a robot, it would probably be the one I'm drawing right now. A lot of people make jokes saying that he's like a robot. Oh, hi, Ray Kitty. Hi, Char. Today, I am working on Revolution Full Color Chapter 1. I am going back and fixing some of the art to have the consistent... I'm doing it to have consistent art with their drawing. So technically, I didn't need to do XR, because I could have just had him wear a different outfit and then he changes into his other outfit. But I already did it once, so now I gotta commit. So, like I said, I'm changing the art to be consistent. A Frenchman. Yes, Char's French. Char, you're not friends. And, yes, a parrot. I do not know how a parrot would pilot, but yet now he is the co-pilot now. The entire title is just a reference to the fact that I went to the art store and I spent more money than I should have. If anyone has anybody who wants a commission, let me know. I mean, I want to get back to my regular art and Revolution Full Color, but, I mean, I'll make money, too. I could use a little extra cheddar cheese. French-Canadian. Oh, that's worse! It's like... much worse. And no, I'm not a rat. I'm just a cheese that likes... I'm just a cheese. I made myself cheese! I am just the sheep who likes cheese. Before I was a sheep, I used to be a cat girl. I used to have cat ears and stuff. But I made myself a sheep because of reasons. I rebranded into a sheep. I've been reborn as a sheep. Asti Tarabanak. Is that French? It sounds something like Jewish. Is it Jewish? I have no context. Cat to sheep. Yes, I transitioned very nicely. Like I said, the hardest part about when drawing XR is the fact that, like I said, he's very thin. There's a reason for that in my series. It's not because I just like skeleton men, apparently. What is your type of men? I don't know, but it seems to be consistently more lining up with bum. But there's a reason though in story of why he's so thin. For now, I will just say it is stress. He is a very neurotic person, very constantly always looking over his shoulder, very jittery, and he's has a lot of stress in his life, so he's not able to sleep, so he always looks tired, and he can't keep on a lot of weight because of, I mean, like I said, there are other reasons too, but the stress is definitely not helping. Stress, it's a killer, man. It's a Jewish, she says with such vitriol. No vitriol. I'm just saying it sounds Jewish. French. Okay, so it's French. I'll be right back. I need more cheese. I need to go again. I just finished off the pack of my mom's white cheddar sliced cheese. So you guys want to hear 2 irrational things about me? Okay, I actually forgot the first one. I was gonna mention something else, but it's like, one of my biggest irrational things about me is I absolutely freaking hate ASMR. Like, if I'm going on, like, I've never looked up ASMR, but if I was clicking, like, if it's, I've never watched ASMR, but it's like, if it's an ASMR video that's like, cool, whatever, fine, I don't like it, but I go on there for that. What I do hate, though, is that when I click on a cooking video, and it's also ASMR, they got all the background noises of like the cutting, the frying, raised up to an unrealistic degree where the fact that I think it's almost artificial. And it drives me nuts, and it actually makes me insanely angry. Like, angry. I actually dislike videos that have that, because it's just like, my goodness, I do not like it. And, I hate it. And if I become God and Empress of the universe, here's my rules. The world is completely set to 65 degrees.
with the exception of Christmas. Actually, maybe all December. All December and the most of January is cold. I'll be a lenient goddess of the weather. The entire, field of ASMR is just completely nuked off the face of the earth. Cheese is hailed as the greatest food ever. iPads are banned. Nora Vanguard is banned. My Ever Brother is also occasionally banned on weekends and Tuesdays. And, the creators of the later half of Supernatural, they're banned too. Because anybody who wrote that sorry excuse of the show for the later halves of Supernatural doesn't deserve into the merisusheep gulags you go. Yes, I know, that's what brought it up. I'm not doing it on purpose, though. There we go. Due to Carol's instances that I make breakfast, I was unable to tell a story about the one time my cat messed up an inking job for a panel I worked on too hard. Oh, that's... So, one time, I don't think I have it. Let me see if I do, actually. Ah, darn it. Did I forget to get that off my computer? I think I forgot to get my traditional art off my old computer. I recently plugged up my old computer and I forgot to get it off. Anyway, there was this one picture of real Kamashiro from the anime Yuki's Axel, and I ended up coloring a comic book-like background, so I ended up doing all those dots by hand. And then my brother spilt water on it. It's like, no! Why do you hate me? There's no consistency in this turtleneck. I'm aware of that, folks. I mean, not the turtleneck. There's no consistency in the... Okay. There we go. I'm done. There's the, Santa. There we go. Okay. I will not export it right now because I'm not sure. I hate to leave, but I must get started on my flowers. See ya. See ya, Mabel. Ciao, ciao. Take care. Definitely. Bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum. There we go. Okay, Misato is
Gosh darn Nora. It wasn't Nora, it was my ever brother. Thankfully. If it was Nora, he'd just die. No mercy.
Which reminds me, did I load in those new nature brushes I got? I went to Clip Studio Paint's Acid and I found some nature brushes. Let me see. No, I don't think I did, so I better do that. I won't do it now because it has a tendency of sometimes when I'm loading in brushes, it has the tendency of shutting them down. Delete. Reopen page 27. I'm making the text disappear so that way if there's any grammar mistakes, no one will see it. Ma'afiba. Are you mocking me? No mockery here. Let's see. Doink, doink, doink. Save. Can't even see the details on this. Me and my cousin call each other exclusive stars. Good morning. There we go. There are several poses that I recycle in the same manga because of course I would. It's just simpler. I'm hoping I'll do it less later on, though. The poof was supposed to be behind him. There we go. Yeah. Okay, there we go. That was the last panel of XR. The neurotic recluse. So, now I just gotta do Misato. And she's a lot more easier to fix her details because it's just colors. I mean, it's annoying and tedious, but at least it's like... Set this to the line art. Boink, boink, boink. Has anyone here read the new Hunger Games book? I own it, like I said, but I haven't read it yet. And by read, I mean listen to it, because like I said, audiobook girl. I'm looking forward to it because I did enjoy Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I liked the book more than the movie, mainly because the movie had a couple of actors in it I did not like. I don't think if you guys know me, you don't need to guess. I think the actor who played Coriolanus was good. So, fun fact, XR actually was originally, like, when he was in his teens, he was into that stuff. Like, I want to do small indications of his past and what his personality was like back in the day, before the tragedy happened. I don't want it to be, I don't want it to be too preachy, though. Because basically he done did a 180 completely. But yeah, he used to be more emo and edgy, be kind of like a little bit more politically active, involved in like protesting and supporting, but then later on he just becomes very much more he becomes completely the opposite. I can make a pretty good estimate from just a small detail. An estimate in what? Wait, in what I said? I noped out on that panel. I just did sky. Because it's like, I don't know what to put there. I think in here also I was, so originally I made these panels, I thought of these panels designed myself, but by the time I got to the end, I just started using the clipstudiopaints, they have their, some import frames here, as you can see. So I started using some of those, because I just like, I'm out of ideas. Emails have been forever changed to cringe for me ever since I watched Rucka Rucka, a keto emo song. Don't worry about it. Worry about what? I do not know. I guess if I was to describe it in a way, is in the past, Misato's partner was more of in the lines of being like kind of like a far left vegan socialist. And then now he's like not a far right person, but more like a libertarian capitalist person who eats whatever he wants and is very nervous. So yeah, I guess that's, I was thinking of how to explain it without spoiling anything. So yeah, I guess that's the way I would put it. But I'm not gonna do it like that. Like, obviously I'm not gonna go into the details of what his beliefs were in the past, because if I do, it would just be like, one, annoying and preachy, and it's like I don't want to draw in real politics into my comics, because that's cringe. But also because I don't want to be state level too. But like I said, if I did have to explain, that would probably be the best way. Misato states that in some ways he improved for the better, and then in some ways he improved for the worse. There we go. This music is very fitting to the current scene. I think I actually have this music play in the background when I do. I don't know why her leg is like that. I forget why. So yeah, getting rid of, making the sleeves completely black, making the hood black. Like, XR, it's like I could have gotten away with not changing his design, but Misato's I definitely had to change. Oh, that's right. Always forget to do that. It's amazing how much her outfit looks different, though, when it's all black. I actually do like it. And like I said, it just makes it look like less of a color explosion going on. I'm just checking on to see how long I've been streaming. Like, last time I streamed when I was playing the Untitled Goose Game, I thought I streamed a long time. But no, I didn't. That's not even the longest I've streamed. So the longest I've streamed is, I think the longest I've streamed was this one right here. Which was almost 3 hours and a half. Oh wait, no, this one, right here, I think. That was almost 4 hours. Yeah, I can't see any stream that's, nope, yep, that was my longest stream, my New Year's stream. What was I drawing? I want to click on it. Oh, I was doing my whole entire New Year's stuff, and then also my, part of my Misato drawing for the New Year's. Okay. So that's what I was doing. Sometimes I forget what I've done. Like, I realized I drew Asuka back in 2023. I completely forgot about it. Like, I didn't forget about the drawing, but I forgot it was a speed paint. Girls wearing thigh highs. Don't sin. Don't sin. Stay on the straight and narrow, Rusty. Do not be tempted by the thigh highs. What kind of music is this? Voices in my head. Note to save this anytime I'm doing anything creepy. There we go. That's it with that panel. Like I said, gonna do the grammar later. So I'm not gonna exit. Board this. Okay, I'm moving a little faster now. Maybe I will actually finish. Like I said, XR was the most annoyingest thing. Text disappear. The evidence is gone. The evidence of my piss poor spelling. So, asking the new people in the chat, because I noticed there is some new people. Hello to all of you. Because I asked this, like, when I first started. I hope anything new that you guys are up to, anything like TV shows, anything that you're doing for your YouTubies channels, if you got ones, anything that you're doing just in general. This sheep is curious. I hope you're all doing well. Like I said earlier, I'm doing fairly well. It's just that it's been raining a lot. Luckily, my family lives on a hill, so we don't have to worry about as much about flooding. It's not like it can't happen, but it's like, it's less likely to affect us in the same way. Our basement's kind of floods though, but it's not like it's massive flooding, thank goodness. Like, I know some people's houses just get wiped out, and I feel so bad. Like I said, it could always happen if the water, if, you know, for some reason, God partially changes his mind and decides to flood my city because we've sinned, which we definitely have. It is possible. I opened up the Bell app. The doorbell app. None of this would happen if I just remembered to push certain buttons, but I don't. Let's see. Like I said, I plan on releasing these chapters, hopefully within today. I am really looking forward to it. And I hope you guys will all check it out. I mean, you don't have to, but it'd be, you know, cool if you did. Easy on the criticism, though. It's my personal work. Revolutionable Color should have not been the one I started with. Lily got scared of the flooding too. Well, doesn't he live like in one of the flatter parts of the nation? That makes sense. Luckily, my place where I live directly. What really is nerve-wracking is like floods. We got a little insurance. We live on top of the hill. Don't have to quite worry. What's really is trees. We got lots of trees, and I love them. But it's very nerve-wracking when you're by them when it's storming. And a tree fell on our house one time. Luckily, it didn't do any serious damage. It just kind of laid on it. So we didn't have to worry about it. But it was like it like did damage to the roof a little bit, but it didn't like impale it, so that was nice. Thank you. Thank you, God, for protecting us for that. Set to reference. There we go. There we go. I want to keep the shine. So that's why I only erase that part, so that way I can keep the shine. Although I'm not sure if her jacket would be that shiny, because I guess if you have that much shine, I guess it implies that the jacket's pretty shiny. It's not that shiny. So yeah, I'm gonna erase some of it. There we go. Problem is when you make everything black is you can't see the texture anymore. I don't know why, but I really do like this panel. I had a lot of fun making it. There we go. What about anybody else? Has anybody else been affected by the storms? Or is it mostly where I live? Sometimes I think like the weatherman is like out too. I'm trying so hard to resist. Oh no. Depends on what you're talking about. How bad are they? I mean, like, I've made some jokes that are definitely not PC and colorful. It was thundering near me in Indiana. Indiana, that's pretty... Yeah, that makes sense. My dog's dreaming and he's shaking the entire house. Yeah, Indiana, that's not too far from where I live. I mean, there's a state in between. There's an entire state in between us. But, yeah, that makes sense. Because it's really big in that area. I love this track. It sounds so pretty. There we go. Okay, done with that panel. For some reason it went by too fast. So it was like, I felt like there should have been more. Okay, now for... Oh, wait. I skipped all the way to panel 6. How'd that happen? Ah! I made the line art disappear. It was... Let's see. I'm trying to think of... anything else that I had planned. I'm thinking about doing speed paint. So since I am really busy, I think I might do a speed paint of Dorothy, our Dorothy Wainwright. Because me and Wads have been watching Big O, and I've really been enjoying it. And it'd be fun to draw Dorothy. She's cool for a robot. Robots go back to the in the back of the bus. Like when robots are like more simple and just fun, I like them. But when it starts getting into that, we deserve human rights too. No, you don't. You're not a human. Back in the bus, make my toast, and do guard me. That's all you're good for. Protection. Labor. and security. There we go. I love my home that's in the Shire of the United States. Shire in map, but it's my home to me. Wilmere, so what's this robot racism? Yes, I'm very racist against robots and aliens. I'm sorry. Because it's like when you start getting into the idea that they're human and that they deserve all the rights of... No, they don't. They don't. I'm sorry. They don't. You're not human. Like, there are always exceptions. There are always exceptions. But for the most part, no. And I get very annoyed when people start doing that whole, oh, robot, human, blah, 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 blah. I mean, when you start making it into, like, maybe a more magical or fairy tale, or you just make it a simple thing, it's just like, okay, that's nice, that's sweet. Why is this panel 6? Oh, wait, no, yeah, that makes sense. It's panel 6, because it's panel 6! For some reason, I thought it was the last one. Robots versus aliens sounds like a fun movie. I remember I went to go see, this Santa movie. Oh, that's why. I was like, what's wrong? Why is there no line art? It's because it's the line art of the cat. IDK Mass Effect Xenos. They came to get it. Like, that's one thing I hate about Young Justice. One of these days I'm gonna do a deep dive review on Young Justice, because no one has been able to give it a satisfying review of that entire series, of that mess. So I'm gonna have to do it. You want something right, you do it yourself. But the later, it was like Young Justice, they started getting into, like, the things with robots and aliens and the xenomorphs, and I'm just like, no, I'm sorry, but you're ugly. You're not human. This is probably making me sound like a bad, like a jerk weasel, but I don't care. I'm not having sex with a xenomorph. I'm not treating you guys like you're the same as me. Humans? Yes, we all the same. There's no difference. We come in different tones, but we all equal in the eyes of God. But, you guys? No, you guys are straight from Satan's butt. I'm sorry, that just got me thinking. It's like, a varsity jacket would look... I think I did make Misato in a varsity jacket when she was younger. Let me check. Revolution full color. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Here's her. Yeah, I made her in a varsity jacket. Look, there's Misato when she was 5. Doesn't she look so cute? See, the markings on her face grew. They used to be like little dots. Little dots. And then they, over time they grew. She can kind of manipulate the markings on her face so she makes them look like makeup. She wouldn't wear makeup because it's sticky, but she does like the idea of makeup because it's pretty. With all the disaster towards the machine, is Misato here gonna have a mechanized going to have a mechanical rival. Oh, distaste towards machines is Misato. No, so the world of Revolution Will Color, see, I was always debating on, it takes place in the year 2038, which was each day that I'm going gets closer and closer. Like, when I made Revolution Will Color Chapter 1, the series' like big major event took place in 2025. And that was the future. Now it's the present. By the time I finish, I'll actually be in 2038. So it's like, I'm always debating on how advanced this technology should be and such. But I'm kind of thinking I'm going to do kind of like a similar thing to My Hero Academia. So in My Hero Academia, I actually do like this. They do imply that they're actually a little bit more far into the future than it thinks. But, and they would have more advanced stuff. But because of quirks, it threw everything off. Kind of like Evangelion. So Evangelion progression just kind of stopped because it's like they had to dedicate time to the Evas. So my series is like My Hero Academia. So there ain't gonna be no real advanced robots in Revolution Full Color. Like if there was, it wouldn't be like anything like the degree of having intelligence or anything. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you make a robot and you do have and it does have intelligence, like if for some reason you did make that, you shouldn't mistreat it because you have a responsibility. You created it. Blah 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 blah. That said, it's just not equal to us. Humans, baby. Humans all the way. Humans rock. I mean, actually they don't. They kind of suck a lot of times, but they rock compared to robots, which just rust. You're gonna go deep into your injustice. Deep into your injustice, huh? You're making that sound dirty. But no, yeah, I am gonna do a deep dive I'm gonna do a deep review of it. I'm not sure if it'll be as long as my Wish review. Definitely won't be longer. Heaven forbid, no. But, it will be long. Wait, is this the cat again? I think this is the cat. Yeah, this is the cat. Sue me, you fat boy. He's not fat. But I like calling him that. I like calling him fat. I like fat shaming cats. Because it's fun. Deep down in the fears of the shoo-shoo robots. Aliens are the same way. It's not just robots, folks. Yeah, I did the hood. I was like, sometimes I go back and I forgot that a detail. So I'm like, oh great, now I gotta go back and do that. This music sounds like Cracker Barrel hick music, which I like. But that is what it sounds like. My brother went to Cracker Barrel and got the special edition Oreo cream cheesecake pancakes. I'm like, yeah, I want them. I'm trying to go somewhat carnivore though. Not full carnivore. I'm still eating vegetables and stuff, and I eat rice once in a while. But I'm trying to really avoid... what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to avoid wheat. Because I'm trying to get healthier. But I might have to come out of retirement for those pancakes. I can't have the Oreo topping on it, though. I can't get anything right now, though. It's like I said, I was putting on the art store. Okay, there we go. I like characters who wear all black. It's edgy. Okay, don't have anything to change on that panel. And this panel, I just got the hood. And the sleeves. I thought I had less, but I don't. It's like, oh, I guess I don't have less. But yeah, I hope to do more of this Revolution will Color. Look, I'm not gonna do the entire series live, mainly because that would just be a nightmare, and the simple fact that I would never get anything done. But I do plan to do moments of like maybe just pages or something in real time. One, because it gives a kind of behind the scenes, but two, because it also just gives my YouTube channel more content. It's nice to let people know that I am working on things. Oh, there we go. I was like, what the heck? Why is it not drawing here? I'm at a loss for words. Okay. Okay, but hear me out. Tali, Zora, or in your case, Merisu, Gara, I don't know who those are. Is that from Gundam? Right, Kitty says, I hope to not all of it, but some of it showcasing your work live would be neat to see. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that definitely encourages me. Why is my... You know, it would just be just... No, it's still drawing because it's like... I am so fearing that my tablet will stop working. I'm gonna switch pens. Maybe that's it. Okay, there we go. Because it's like, it's not... Why is it not drawing? Okay, it's doing it this way, but it's not accepting it the opposite way. Okay, now it is. What the heck? What spell of Satan is going on? That's so weird. It's not drawing that way, and it's making me nervous because I'm afraid my tablet... I just bought this tablet! I did get a warranty on it though, so if it does, then it's like I can replace it, and I think it will cover it. I mean, last time all I had to do was just pay the return fee, which was very small potato, if I remember correctly. Winter, must you? My dog makes an... Here. Just gonna show it. My dog always likes making nest in his chair. He has a dog chair, and he always likes making a mess with a nest into it. So he turns around and uproots everything just so he can get comfortable. He's like a big fat bird. Okay, there we go. Done with that panel. But yeah, maybe Lord willing next week, I might actually do some of, Revolution Full Color Chapter 2 live. Doggy! Yes, that is my doggy. One of them. Although sometimes he is a big fat bird. This page was so fun to make, I'm not gonna lie. If you actually, if you recognize it, I actually did end up, reusing this picture for, this right here, which was my Misato style challenge. See? There she is. Snow White in color. I make her hair just all black. See? I make her, I'm keeping her blood this color because her color's black was kind of a colorful tint to it. I actually had to end up making a guide, a how-to guide right here on how I actually make it. Because I forgot how I did. I forgot how I did it. So I made this how-to guide, so if anybody else wants to make it, there you go. That's how you make it. I'm sorry, I got caught up in my own how-to guide. It's like, how do I make it? Yeah, very good reminder. Necovina just came out with an art. There we go. So I also got rid of this floppy thing. So originally she had this like transparent cyan piece that hang down from her tank. Her she bleeds fruity. It does kind of look like Gushers. But she her powers is blood manipulation. She can control her blood, folks. But originally it was supposed to be just always there, but then it kind of got annoying, so I made it connect and disconnect. And I also just realized I technically should change this, but I'm not, because that would be a nightmare to change. But technically her crop top goes down a little farther. So it used to be like let's see, character aspect. Oh yeah, duh. It's in the Mark chapter, folks. It's in the Mark chapter. So originally it used to be here's the one from 2024. It used to be up. Oh wait, no, I fixed it since then. Here's the one from 2022. It used to be up really high, as you can see, like almost right directly underneath her chest. And I also made her belly button too high because I made a mistake, and then it confused me. And then I realized, oh wait, technically her belly button would be lower. And then I made it lower, but like I said, I'm not going to correct that because it's just like too much. I think tomorrow I'm gonna try, and I'll do this between everything else. I am gonna make her a new reference sheet for a new outfit, one more outfit. You can never have too much outfit. Ah!
Did I get to the end of that? I didn't expect I'd get to the end. There we go. Bro, I wish I had enough talent to mess with transparency. I do not mean... I zoomed into her crotch because I'm trying to remove the garter belts. Like I said, it was just a little too much. So... Where is... Oh. So I got rid of the garter belts. Yes, but I have fixed the placement of where her belly button is because I learned basic human anatomy and remembered that it's not that high. There we go. Shorts are all black. No more garter belts. Or whatever you would call those strap thingies. I'm not sure if garter belt's the word, actually. All I know is that when I was a teenager and like in my early 20s, I was really big on them. I still like them, but at the same time, it's like, they don't need to be there. Not for this character. I'm working on a drawing 2 art pieces that are both equally difficult at my skill level. Both a lot of characters. Good luck to you. I have faith in you, Kitty. Both of you really, for some reason, just lost the ability to draw faces out of the blue. For some reason, I just lost the ability to draw faces out of the blue. Faces are actually kind of the one thing I'm sort of good at. Older people and men are definitely harder for me, but I'm getting a little better. Hands, obviously. I'm not gonna lie, the reason why I'm able to draw so good was the body. A lot of it is because I have a lot of references and, models. I use models. There we go. This is why I can't do the entire Revolution full color in live stream, because it's just like there are times I'm just like, I'm getting lost in the sauce. I don't know what it was I was saying. What am I supposed to be doing? Help! Help! Police! You okay in there? Just making sure my dad's not choking on his cereal. I actually do know CPR in the Heimlich. I went to school for it. So if you're choking, don't ask me because I don't I probably won't remember. Like, I do remember, but it's like, that's the thing. It's like, when you're actually, the chips are down, it's like, I don't think so. Might want to get someone else.
I'm just gonna... There we go. Oh, now I'm choking. Ah, Wads is back. He fell into a never portal for a minute, folks. But he is returned. Almost done. Ah! I wrecked up. I wrecked up. I wrecked up big time. That's why I'm thrown off. It's like, why is this so confusing? It's because the shine on her hair is now going into her sleeve because it's all black. I went to the gym to use the showers. Oh. Not to work out. There we go. There we go. Thanks. Yep, you just gotta keep practicing, like they always say. Don't quit. All that sickening motivational crepe. Don't quit. Never give up. Keep going. Blah, 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 blah. It's not really a gym. It's more of a doctor's. It's more doctor with pool for old people to do water yoga. Oh, interesting. There we go. I was like, I can't see. Since I can't see where the lines are. There we go. And then a little bit here. It's always a little bit of a struggle to figure out where the light would be and where the shadows would be. But I think I've gotten a lot better at it. I'm not perfect at it. I'm not perfect at anything. But I think I'm definitely better at it. Speaking of artists, I noticed there was a controversy with the artist Ross Draws, that he uses AI. And all he doesn't pay his employees. So that's an artist, like, I've never really liked his his art is amazing. But as for his channel, I don't really watch his YouTube channels because he's got one of those hyperactive YouTube personalities. It's not the worst. There are definitely people way more than he is. But he's as high as I like to go, and even he's too high. Not like high energy, not high on drugs. At least I don't think. But he's a little too high energy for my taste because I've never even. And on one hand, I'm thinking like maybe it's just I'm an adult now, and I don't, or at least I'm supposed to be, and I don't like this stuff. But I never liked high energy things even as a kid. I've just never been that type. And like, there's this one show called Maya Miguel, and it's like I didn't like the main girl character Maya because she was way too high energy for me, and just like I did not like her. There are always exceptions, but for the most part, I did not like high energy people, and I don't like high energy YouTubers. So it's just like, there we go. But, so I've never been a big fan of his channel. I have, like, but it is a little bit, like, I've got no problem. Like, there's been so much about this AI debate, and it's just so stupid. It's so stupid and retarded. I'm just saying, because, like, my stances over AI are, one, it's here, it's not going anywhere because you let the cat out of the bag. Two, so people should just kind of get used to it, stop complaining, because there's nothing you're going to do that gonna make it go away. You holding your breath and wishing upon a star is gonna do jack. And, I don't even mind necessarily when companies use it, not because I like it, but just because it's like, of course they are. So it's just like, I kind of just accept it as a fact. And if you really want to be an artist, then you're just going to have to make your work more valuable. But then you have people like the YouTuber Shadowversity. I like his sword content, but him and his AI stuff just so stupid. Like, stop it. Stop. He's like Call Studio Ghibli flat, and just like, it's not, no, just no. And it's like, no, human art will always be better in my opinion. Like, I don't mind AI, and I don't even have that much problems with it, but just like, and I don't even like AI. Like, some people like, oh, I like AI for this and this, but I don't want to do my art. I don't like AI for nothing. No robots, no AI. That's me. But at the same time, it's just like, I understand it. It's here. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be doing all this stuff. Just got to get used to it. The only things that I wish is that people would be transparent when they use it. And that's one reason why, like, this one artist, I forget his name, but he's had a great point in saying that we shouldn't be bullying people for using AI, because if we make it so hostile of an environment, which I don't think bullying in general, but definitely not for use, because it's just like, then people will feel the need to hide it. But if we just make it more of an open, free environment, people won't hide the fact. And that's when I get mad at them, is when they hide it. And like with Rosh Draws, he hid it. So that's like, no for me. And he's also a talented enough artist that he doesn't, like, need to use it. If he did, which I think he has admitted to using it sometimes, and he wasn't transparent about it. So that's the issue I have, is when you're lying and you say you did it by hand and you didn't. Just be transparent about it. But I think the anti-AIers are so annoying. Like, as much as the pro AI people can get, the anti-AI people can get really, really, really annoying so quickly. Who likes the baguette? Who likes a baguette? I like baguettes. They don't like me, though. They make me fat. So I can't eat a baguette. As someone who still hangs around many art circles, I noticed that it goes this way if someone really if someone really that threatened by AI, then they were never really that going any place to begin with. I like AI here and there. Draw anime back her upside down and try to improve, at least replicate it in hand draw. Yeah, see, I have no problem with people who use AI in that way. And, like, people who use AI in thumbnails, it totally makes sense. I'm sorry. Like, some people get all uppity. They're using AI to make thumbnails when they can hire artists. It's like, no. Because you know what? If they didn't, they wouldn't hire artists. Because they're only doing it because it is easy. They're not going to hire artists. And you can't make them hire artists. I understand why artists is expensive. So, and I have no problem with YouTubers using it in their thumbnails. I mean, it'd be cool if they did. But at the same time, it's like, I understand. And you can't force people to go along with your bull. It's like, I can't make people want to buy my art. Now, the one thing I would say, though, is I definitely agree where you're coming from, boss. Except for the fact that I do know artists who are really good who still gotta stick up their butt. Like, they still do not like AI at all. I think the most annoyingest thing that I hate about the anti-AIers is because a lot of them are like, it's stealing art. It's like, yes and no, technically. I mean, it's complicated. Like, I did it, like, I don't like... I like some of the arguments that Shadowversity did make. Some of them were really stupid. Like I said, him saying that it's the same as human art, and it's, no, it's not, because you're not the artist. The stupid machine is. So I do not agree with that at all. But the parts I do agree with when he starts getting into, does AI steal art? Like, when he starts getting into that, like, so many people are like, it's totally stole my art. Like, some of it is. But that's not the AI, technically. That's the person who decides to publish it. And, like, some of it's just, like... And some of it's just, like, I think some of the people in the art community are just so anal about... Like, they're like, they totally stole my composition and my colors. It's like, okay, got it, no one... Like, I actually... So, I didn't get reprimanded by an artist, but I almost did. Because... For those who do not know me, I don't really have a set style, but the one thing I do is I change my style with each video, and sometimes I even copy other artists' styles, because it'd be fun to draw how they do, so I try to mimic it. And one artist, shortly after that, released a journal post saying she doesn't want anyone to copy her style, it's hers, so she doesn't like it. And I'm like, what the heck, you can't copyright that. And I haven't drawn her style ever again, but mainly because it's just, like, I don't want to. But second, just, like... I mean, obviously if I did, it's like, you can't stop me. And I think she even knew later on that she's kind of wrong in that opinion. Just because, she started getting onto other people. I know another artist, like... Not another artist. Ever artists who are totally like, yeah, you can copy my style. You can't copyright style and color. If that was the case, then Disney would have never been made because he was probably copying off of somebody else, and anime would have never made because a lot of earlier anime was copying off of Disney. One second, I'll be right back. I had to make sure my doggos were still in the house, though. Anyway, time to get caught up on the chat. I think generation thumbnails look creepy, and especially those try to look like borderline realistic, so you can force people to choose only to choose words. I was focusing too hard on the phone. I think generated thumbnails look creepy, and especially those that try to look borderline realistic, though you can't force people to choose, only to show them why the alternative is better. Yeah, I agree. That's what you should do. Like, if you really have a problem with AI, which I don't like AI, and I do have kind of a problem with it, but I know at the same time, if it's like, if I do, then I'm just gonna Sorry, I was looking at something else. I think you should just make a nice argument. I like some of the AI generated thumbnails. The dumbest take I've heard from Shad is feeding your art into the program to generate something not all similar to art and put aside from the subject is the same as coloring their art. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Totally right, Kitty. That is... Look, he made another one by calling Studio Ghibli art. Like, he was saying that AI art was better because it was more detailed. And it's like, that kind of just proves to me that you're not the artist you think you are because you automatically think more colors and more shading is more better. So since the AI could do it, he also got a real artist mixed up with AI art. So if I was that artist, I'd be really sad. So it's like, nah. Stick to swords, man. Your sword videos are cool. Like, he does really cool sword videos. And stuff like that. I mean, there's sometimes he can get a little too autistic about it, but he does do good content in that sense. But, art, not so much. His brother Jazza does. But the one thing I will say about them is that they are, transparent when they use it. So, that is the one thing. They got nothing to worry about in that. But, Clownfish TV, sorry, I was... Joke's on you, I don't gamble. I've only briefly been to Vegas on connecting flights. As the Beatles once sang, can't buy me love. She left again, boy. Yeah, Shad has talent, but with the AI, he gets lazy and doesn't improve. Yeah. I debated his two latter videos, but the test the point, I consent would be a bit dangerous without a full harness system. She missed my chat. Sorry. Yeah. Chat. Well, I like him as a person and as a sword guy. Yeah. She missed my chat too. She hates us. Sorry, the chat was moving a little fast. If I could really sum my thoughts on this stuff, I hate both sides equally and want them to shut up and do their own thing. Yeah, I'm with you, boss. Everyone shut up. Let's take away their rights. I saw the post of, oh, Shad, you're poking the bear, that one, because there's a lot of people who love Studio Ghibli styles. Whoa, she read my chat. I do wonder if he just does it to ruffle some feathers. I think so this is the thing I definitely think with Shadiversity. I think he's a very traditional and very passionate person. And if you besmirch his honor, he will defend it and he will go full defense mode. That's what I think. Like, I don't think he does it to totally rile up controversy. I really don't think he's like that type of person. I mean, he could be, but I don't know him personally. But from what I've seen, I don't think he's doing it like to stoke the flame, but I do think he is doing it in the sense of he's really strong in his belief and he's going to make people see what he believes because he doesn't like it when people criticize his ideas. So that is what I think. But no, like I said, there are some points that he did make in the AI debate that I do agree with. But then there's some that are just retarded. When it comes to AI thumbnails, like the YouTuber Clownfish TV, they use a lot of them. And it's obvious that they're AI, so I don't mind those. And it makes sense why they would. Some of them look a little creepy, but it's like, at the same time, it's like, I don't mind them. And you could say, well, why don't they just hire an artist to do it? Because it's like, well, before they used AI thumbnails, they didn't use art. They used,
they used just photoshopped pictures. And if they didn't have AI, they wouldn't go to hiring an artist. They would just use photoshopped pictures. They would go back to that method. And it's just so much faster to do the AI thing. And it makes sense because then you can make, like, funny things like Rachel Zegler in the back of a burning Snow White building or something. I don't know. I'm just thinking of something off the top of my head. I think they did do something. Again, the test would be done if safely if an art in a system person could attempt. And if the latter gives out, it won't be entered. I wonder that too, but he sounds so serious he would make those parts. Chat's going too fast. I have no idea how people deal with chats longer. I mean, I know how they deal with it. They only do super chats. But I want to interact with people. I wonder that too, but I find the post hard to believe. I dislike it when you have music videos use AIs and they don't even try to refine it. Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't mind AI thumbnails. It beats the bold text and red arrows, insert celebrity, plus insert celebrity. I tried watching Shad's videos in the past and I got from them was the feeling that he was unwashed. Yeah, like I said, I like his sword videos. I can understand if I don't make anybody else try to like any of the YouTubers that I watch. And even the YouTubers I watch, like, I keep my subscriptions, I think I keep my subscriptions hidden mainly because I don't want anybody getting the wrong idea. Because here's the thing, folks. I've subscribed to a lot of people, and I don't agree with all of them. Like, I don't even agree with everything Nora Vanguard says, and he's my brother. I live with him. He can make me really mad sometimes. But I think so many people nowadays, they think, oh, if you follow this YouTuber, you are fully endorsing every single thing that you said. It's like, no, I'm not. I don't support any of them financially, but even if I did support them financially, I still wouldn't agree with everything they said. I think that's that's the closest I think I come to financially any quote-unquote YouTuber financially, and it wasn't their YouTube channel. It was, I used to be subscribed to Daily Wire, but, still so sleepy. But I'm not anymore because I'm a broke girl, and also I didn't like, I just not, like, I didn't need to listen to the news all the time, and I was starting to not like it. But even when I did, like, was watching them, I still do watch them sometimes, but it's like, I don't agree with a lot of things they say, but at the same time, I still follow them, and it's just, like, I find it so annoying how some people think that, watching someone is a full endorsement of everything that they stand for, and it's just, like, it's not. Shut up. Now, I should technically do this in line art, but I'm too lazy to do it, so I'm just gonna do it, like, here. Shortcuts, shortcuts, shortcuts to life. I gotta pull up the reference sheet, though, because... Okay, I was gonna do the goose game after this, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something else, because then I'd have to put the credits in the goose game in here. But I will be back again with the goose game, because I really do like playing that. There's only so little medieval crap I can tolerate. Most of it just really cringe, especially the folks who are about it. I did unsubscribe from Raider as of the Gunnar Gate because it would be insufferable. Yeah, me neither. Like, I don't agree with him on his AI, but at the same time, it's like, whatever. He's harmless. Yeah, me neither. Like, I'm a big fan of manga con, but I disagree with his take about Yu-Gi-Oh! Girls and roles of females. Yeah, there's sometimes where he just kind of, like, I agree with you with, like, manga comment. It's like, or sometimes it's just like, I don't want to go deep into this conversation because I'll get in trouble, but, like, we starts complaining about how the girls are handled, and, like, in terms of, like, sometimes was, like, their,
fan service and stuff, and it's just like, I don't like fan service either, but it's like, it is there because the people who the show is aimed for is young boys. And the young boys like that. So it's not like it's totally there to be quote-unquote creeper. But no, I don't have any YouTuber I totally agree on. It was 100%. And if anyone does dig up my, like, goes into my Twitter following and finds the people I follow, it's just like, yeah, I keep track on them, what they say, just because, I'm interested. And I'm interested in what these people say. And I sometimes like to hear from different opinions. Obviously, there are a few people who I will not follow, even if I disagree. Like, no matter how much, no matter how much you preach, oh, just look at a different perspective. I'm not watching Bosch. I'm not watching Noah Samson. I'm not watching Hassan Piker. No, I'm not going to those people for a different opinion. If I wanted a different liberal opinion, I'll go to Evercreators, but not them. Okay, I think I'm done with this, so there. Like I said, I still need to do the grammar. I'll go back and do the grammar. I haven't exported those pages, so that way I'll know as PNGs, so that way I'll know. I'm not, but don't want to quite leave yet because I'm having too much fun in chat. So wait, let me. That's chapter 0. Yeah, so I got, I didn't do those in PNG yet, so that way I'll remember that I still have to do the grammar. Oh, I haven't done this page. I'll say that page for last, because that's just, I won't do that. Instead, I want to work on something else. And that something else is this. Wait. The workspace. The only reason why I named it the workspace is because I wanted it to be at the end, so that way I could easily find it. Anyway. Oh, this is my copy. There we go. This is a drawing I made a long time ago. Let's see. Oh wait, I probably shouldn't do properties. Wait, let me put on my stream cover for a minute. I forget if they show you anything private in the properties. Just to be on the safe side. Yeah, I made this back in 2023. And what's funny about it is that there's details. So this is what it originally looked like when I started coloring it. And you can tell that I did like a gradient because originally her markings were just supposed to kind of look like eyeshadow. And they're supposed to be somewhat like a soft gradient. But now they're more like thick actual painted on markings. So I had to redo it. I also had to change up the face a little bit because there's something kind of wonked with that. Because people generally hate the side of the aisle creating stuff. Hate rip-off. And the man. Did hear Shad's book is weird. I think I own it. The graphic novel version of it because I supported it. But after my complete site... Oh. I have to get caught up with chat because you guys have been talking. What fan service this week? It's just not my own cup of tea. This is why I haven't watched Kill la Kill. Even though I want to watch Kill la Kill. I have not because it's a little too much fan service for me. After a complete side character piece, time to move on to making the reference sheet art so I can draw Victoria more consistently. Yeah, believe me, Riot Kitty. You never... So, when I made this... I gotta show you this. You got me talking, Riot Kitty. You made me go on this tangent. So, when I made this drawing, which I'm still very happy with this drawing. It's a very big drawing, even though it's not accurate anymore. Darn it, where is it? It's in the R section. Where's the R? There it is. This one. I'll open it up on.
So when I made this drawing, it's not accurate anymore because Misato is wearing the wrong... Her sleeves are kind of transparent, and she's got a blue cyan hoodie. So that's why I made the hoodie black, because when the hoodie's on, it blends in too much with these bangs. So I gotta change that. But anyway, when I drew them, I had reference sheets for all of these characters at the time. So you can see, I got reference for Go, Casimir, Leviathan, V. The only one I didn't have a reference sheet for was Vitus. And I thought I only have this image of Vitus right here. But it's not a reference sheet. So, like, opening up this one was V. This one, it's not even that good of a reference sheet. Like, I made her hairline too high. I gotta fix that. And I gotta change some of the expressions. But it's not very good reference sheet. But this was still better than nothing, because I only had this for him, and because of that, he was very hard to draw, actually, because I never actually took the time to think about how his hair is, so I had to think of it on the spot, and it was so hard. Anyway, so yes, reference sheets, definitely. At this point, I have zero trust for anyone who publicly criticized fan service, as well as he wanted to challenge the problem. I think he set up the insurmountable odds. I'll read it eventually. Currently reading Turk and Atomic. I haven't read any of the books that I own 2 Rippaverse books. I haven't read those yet, and I haven't read Shad's book. I also own 2 DC comics, and I haven't read them yet. I'm so slow on reading. The only thing I have time to read for is the Bible. And because it's like, I make a point to read that every day, but outside of that, I've read nothing else. Like, I read... The only thing I do read, and that's once in a while, is the books that I've already read, because I've already read them, so I can coast for them easily. Like, now I've started rereading Let's Dance a Waltz before I go to sleep. I love that book. It's so cute. Razor I've not watched. Fan service that's sexual is mostly unnecessary, unless primarily used for the audience people's love. Personally, I'm a big fan of historical fan service. Mental Mythos is great media to use. Boba. Oh, but Boba is improving. After all, it really come into that kind of getting fan service again. Fan service is fan service. Don't really like it. Don't really buy it, but it's simple and true view. Don't like stealth games. Don't buy Metal Gear games. Versus fan service, he was exposing. Like I said, I like some. I mean, I'm not against it totally, and I understand it, but it's just like there's some that goes to. I think I remember joking V looked like looked like she was balding at 15. Yeah, I made her hairline too. I fixed it in this drawing. It's a lot lower, but I haven't drawn that kind of hair type, so I'm still getting used to it. Oh, hey, Shion. Nah, V card. V, from Revolution Full Color. The black girl with white dreads. Even girls enjoy fan service. Yes, there are many of girls who do like fan service. That's the one thing that people don't understand, that there are many females. Anyway, I'm going to get to work on this. I'm not going to do all of it. I'm probably just going to go to the base coloring. But like I said, I'm having too much fun in chat. Oh, I was thinking V for Vendetta in Cyberpunk 27. There's someone named V from Cyberpunk 77. That's funny. So fun fact, when I made this series, it was, when it first started coming out was the, basis of it. It was supposed to be more cyberpunky, and Cyberpunk Edge Runner had just come out, and I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want, like, I wanted to get some base things done for Revolution Full Color, so that way it wouldn't, influence it, because I didn't want to watch Cyberpunk Edge Runner and then come back and be like, that's a great idea, I should put it in Revolution Full Color, or maybe I would forget about it, like maybe I would see something in Cyberpunk Edge Runner, and then it would end up influencing how I write, Revolution Full Color subconsciously or whatnot. So I didn't watch it until after I got the relative structure for Revolution Full Color done. And then when I did watch it, I didn't like how much fan service was in it, or the profanity.
So I fast forward for those scenes was the fan service, and I muted the anytime the profanity came up, which was quite a lot. It was definitely a task. But anyway, moving on. What I was saying is that the two things that I found funny about it though that were coincidings, because again I did it before. I did it before I watched. I wrote these details, the structure of Revolution Full Color before I watched Cyberpunk. Is one of the characters is named after a fruit. I have lemon. They have kiwi, and the main female character is obsessed with the moon. Lucy wants to go to the moon. My Misato wants to go to the moon. And I swear I did not get that from Cyberpunk. Like I said, my series, I kind of thought it was like cyberpunky because it's like the only reason why I labeled it cyberpunky is because like they wear bright, colorful clothing. Because that, in my mind, that's what cyberpunk is, and it takes place in the future, but nah, there's not really robots or AI, so it's not cyberpunk. Now I'm just considering it like futuristic or whatnot. And like I said, by the time it comes out, it will probably be in the past. Like, all my Ever series actually do take place in the past. Blue Song takes place in 2012. Tales of Hollis, I don't know what time place that will take place in, but probably around 2010. Protectors takes place in 2010. Brandy and Champagne takes place in 2010. The one reason why all these shows take place in such an old time in the past is because for my characters, I usually always will make one character, or if not the main character, be born in the same year I'm born in. So that way I can keep track of the time. It's easier that way. So for Azura, she's born in 1997, like me. Brandy is born in 1997, like me. And Yuya is born in I forget when year Yuya is born, but I think he's born actually later. But point being is that I make a lot of people close to my age, so that way I can just keep track of the time stream more easier, because I like to keep track of those things. For Revolution Full Color though, since it takes place in the far future, actually though, what I ended up doing was that I ended up making the main antagonist and Misato's mom both be born in 1997. Also makes me realize how old I would be in 2038. Good morning. Oh, hi Razorgood. Cancel Marvel Rivals. Stop objectifying women. Hit very, very breath. Yeah. Feminine slaving. Yeah, I don't mind that levels of stuff. Like I said, I'm not gonna pretend. Like, this is the hardest part when it comes to the whole entire fan servicey stuff. It's because, like, some people are like, oh, it's just totally harmless. And other people are like on the other degree where it's like endangers real people, and it's just like there is a correlation in the real world. I'm not going to pretend. I do think it, like, everybody who seems to like the whole entire stuff, like, who are really big into it, are like kind of weird people in my opinion. But I mean, look no farther than Vosh's folder. So it's like, I do think there's somewhat of a correlation, but at the same time, it's like, it is still drawings. I do know that. So it's like, I'm in between. And that's as much as I will talk about that. I also, okay, let me get you, oh wow, I need to get caught up. Also understand, cancel. Also, I understand not everything needs to be fan service. Well, we're kind of discussing, but it needs to be
But it used to be you could find MG and Splinter Cell on the same shelf, and now AAA devs are scaredy cats. Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime series, Duel Monsters, GX, Sexel. That was referring to what Derek said. I do not know what you were replying to. The original Yu-Gi-Oh! Galaxy I got taking place in the future, but it's not all futuristic. That's definitely the way I would put Revolution Full Color. It is not all futuristic, but yes, it does take place in the future. Also, fan service isn't just sexual. It's also not all. It's not a Devil May Cry game if Dante doesn't get impaled or stabbed. Yes, true. I watched 5 out of the 8. Yep, 5D's card game is motorcycles. It's mainly new summoning. Like 5Ds introduced synchros, Zexel introduced XEs, Pendulum into. That's enough for me. I hate Pendulum so much. Me too, I agree. I hate Pendulum. I hate Yu-Gi-Oh! RVs. It's a lot to digest if you haven't kept up with it. I haven't watched anything past Vrains because Vrains sucked. I hated the ending of Vrains. But yeah, like I was referring to earlier, that's just a happy little coincidence. Like I said, there's a lot of happy coincidences when I was making Misato. Like, the only reason why there's 7 revolutionists, I said this a million times before, but the only reason why there's 7 revolutionists is because there are 7 base colors of the rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. And so, because of that, I knew I had to make... I was originally going to be just free revolutionists, which was V, switch, and go. But then I was like, what if I do a color for every rainbow? So then I made Casimir, and then I made Lemon, and then I made Casimir. Lemon's design was originally supposed to look different, but then I gave that design to someone else. So, I did make Lemon before Casimir, but Lemon's new design, I think, came after Casimir. And then after Casimir, I always knew he kind of looked like a mixture between Dimitri from Anastasia, which, by the way, is his real name, as a quinkydink, and Victor, kind of, because Arcane was another show that I put off to watching after I got the structure of Revolution Full Color down, because I didn't want to influence Revolution Full Color, because I didn't want to steal anything from them, either knowingly or unknowingly. So I just, like, watched afterwards, but that is the one thing that is that the character Victor from Arcane did inspire Casimir's design. So, anyway, and then the last 2 were Viper and Leviathan, and they were really just 2 end characters that I made because I needed 7 characters for the complete rainbow set. Oh, it sounds so stupid when I say it that way, but, they were, actually, I think I'm just gonna copy this. I'm going for this. What is that? Oh, it's on the eyes. Despite them being thrown in at last minute, I actually ended up really liking them a lot. Anyway, so, I only made 7 characters because I needed 7 colors in the... what the heck. I'm gonna just do it from scratch. 7 colors in the rainbow, but then I realized, hey, I got a lot of Snow White references in this, and there's 7 dwarfs. So it's just like, happy coincidence. Cool. And then, another happy coincidence was just Snow White, because it's like, I like to compare different one of my original characters to different princesses, and then the more... I did Snow White for her because she had short black hair, that was the only reason why, and she had pale skin. But then more and more I was like, there is actually a lot of parallels to her in Snow White, so they decided to go full ham and actually make her like half Snow White, and I actually made it that she's actually a fan of Snow White. So Misato tries to pretend to be like the typical punk, emo, too cool for school kind of girl, but she does, that is a secret of hers, that she actually does like very girly things at times. She doesn't, like, she wouldn't wear a dress, despite how much I like to put her in a dress. She doesn't wear a dress. But, she, does end up wearing a dress. Anyway, never happy coincidence of Revolution Full Color was, like I said, just the fact that, I didn't want to make any references to cyberpunk, but I do have two, and the fact that one of the characters likes the moon, and one character is named after a fruit. I think there was a few more. Oh, the reason why Misato actually likes the moon is because her and, Misato's creation came about when I was watching Teen Titans, for those who do not know. I was watching the movie Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo, and I loved the main villain's powers, and of being able to create things with his blood, which was like ink. So I made Misato based off that ability, and she was originally just supposed to be like a mascot, but then I really liked, I was watching, I was rewatching Gotham at the time, and I kind of liked, oh, what if I make her kind of like a cat aesthetic cat thief who's kind of selfish, but then learns to be a better person. And then I needed some more references, and I was watching Evangelion with my brother, and I really liked the name Misato, so I gave her the name Misato, and I, gave her, a personality. At least it started off being a little similar to Asuka's, and it still is kind of similar to Asuka Langley Soryu from Evangelion. And also, another detail was that, is that in Evangelion, there is a song called Fly Me to the Moon, and that is why Misato likes the moon. Also because, since she had the whole cat thing going on, I was thinking of Serena from Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V. That was another character who was in my mind when I was creating her. I wouldn't say that she's based off of her. Oh, ciao! Ciao, Ray Kitty! But, yeah, she definitely does have a lot. Kappa Moe charts. Yeah, that's why they're all different. Ryan K left, but yeah, I'm being recomped. I sailed 7 seas for us. Best one. One Piece? I haven't watched One Piece. Oh, if that new Devilman Cry show. Hey, you know every game starts off with a slow choir or cathedral or silent opening? Yeah, let's just open with Limp Bizkit because why not? Not even the original song, at the very least. Yeah, that's why they're all different colors. Color for... As a person who watched Pokemon anime for the first episode until now, you have the right bound. One Piece. Up! No wonder Rai Kitty had to leave. She's live now. I didn't know she was... I forgot she was live today. I got most of my characters' inspiration from people I would talk to, for instance, the base. I think there was something said about Arcane. I missed that. Arcane seems like a good show. Too bad its tie was the game Riot. I liked Season 1, and Season 2 was good, but it did have a lot of issues. Like, if I go back in Season 1, I do think that there's a lot of... I do have some problems with it. So, I think I'm going to do the base coloring, and then I'm going to go, because I have been streaming for almost 3 hours now, so it's like... I think that's a long time. Plus, I noticed that Riot Kitty's streaming, and I want to go join her. And like I said, I have been going for a long time. So, I'm just going to finish off the base coloring of this. I mean, not the, yeah, the base coloring. For some reason, it didn't sound right when I said it. Some of these being sleep copy. Mouth.
So when I started making this picture, I started making it be a reference. I started kind of imitating Rosary's style. That's the reason why it looks the way it does. Okay. I gotta fix some of that stuff, but I feel like doing it later. So I'm just gonna Everything about I see about DCM has become negative, so you learn enough Castlevania plus Pro do. Yeah, I've been hearing very bad stuff about the Castlevania show, and that's sad. I guess because it's like it looks pretty, and you want it to be good. Same thing as this Devil May Cry show. Okay. Make the eyes disappear again. Almost done. And then, okay. I gotta do the eyebrows. I can't leave and not do the eyebrows because it's freaking me out. There we go. And then the hair. And then there we go. That's pretty much it for this stream. I hope you guys had fun. I know I did. Thank you everyone to stopping by. It was a blast. It always means so much that people actually want to hear me speak and ramble as I draw. So thank you. And I hope you all have a nice, lovely day. I will be back with another video. Hopefully today it will be a Revolution Full Color. If not, it will be coming. If